Hey everybody, Brent in Central Arkansas. Today I want to talk to you about a way that I ensure that our extreme heat doesn't do too much, set the trees back too much. Now figs love heat and they love a lot of sun, but where my figs are, there is a lot of sun all day long, and we're in the 90s now. It's not going to get better for months. So I've got to go through a little bit of a process I'm going to share with you to help ensure that they don't cook, if you will, especially the containers. So as these transition out to the lazy garden with all the other figs, they're not on any kind of watering system. I have to do it by hand. So I'll just take every couple days. When they're brand new transplanted, I'll do this every day. And this is a 2-gallon container, so I'll put about a half gallon in each one. And that'll really saturate wet, make it wet. Now with figs and these, I've learned they can absolutely be drenched, at least with my soil medium, and I've never had any rot once they've established roots nicely. So there you go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you and show you how I cool the pots. Usually about between 1 or so, I'll do the first watering for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then I'll do about 4 to 4:30, which it is now, the second watering. And what that does is it keeps the pots cool. And I'll just, what it does is it drips down in the pot, and that's cold water from the house water, and that obviously will relieve the heat that may have built up in the container. So I'm here on the deck, this faucet here from the house, and I have the pressure lowered, even though it looks really high right there. This thing isn't accurate. Anyway, this is a timer, and it's set to go off every 12 hours, but I've been doing it manually because I want to do it during the dead heat of the day. And so the way you do that is you push down here where it says, I think it even says manual, yeah. So it's on auto, and then you push manual, and then you hit the plus button until it goes up to the time. I'm going to do it for 20 minutes here. You should hear it click on here. And there it goes. You can see this is probably closer to accurate, about 50 psi going through that whole thing. So I'm over here at the deck here, and I took the lattice off here just to show you this. And so this is a 4-way valve, and this came from that faucet. I have a whole video showing all this, but I just wanted to quickly show you for the people that aren't paying attention to every single video I put out. So right now it's coming in, it's going through, let me see, it's actually going over to where I watered the raised beds earlier. So now it's going through the 4th one here, this one. It's coming around, and it's going down through the PVC way out to the garden. And if you want to see this more in detail, you can look at that video. I like that video. It's pretty interesting. I'm kind of proud of myself on that one. So it's got a filter on it here, and that filter has got a little net pot that I just keep the light out with. And so that strains any potential issues, because again, that video will show you that I also put a pump through with water-soluble nutrient that also comes back through this particular hose right here. So let me take you out to the garden. I'll show you what it looks like out there. This is a Desert King, for example. They look very healthy, and the temperature right now is in the mid-90s, and it's going to be that way for the next few days without rain. So this is well, let me explain it. This is a type of hose that has little emitters that are embedded in it. And so what I do to direct the emitters is I put a zip tie on it, and the water follows it down to the pot here. And I have used, like in the orchard drip system over there, I use poly hose, the black, with little emitters, and those emitters tend to clog. And I've had this is at least the third year. I can't remember if it's the third or the fourth year, but these have never clogged, and probably for a good reason. They're pretty expensive. So I thought about changing it over to what I did with the orchard over there and putting emitters on it, but that's going to cost a whole lot of money, so I'm going to keep the concept. But one of the things I've noticed is that these zip ties, this is a newer one, they're breaking. What I think is happening is because these will swell and cool off. Whenever it gets hot, the hose will get more bowed and bent. It like expands, and then when the cool water comes in through it and comes down, it contracts again. And I think that, because it's secured tightly to the trellis here, the cattle panel trellis, what it does is it breaks. And so most of the ones I did last year are breaking, and I'm having to put new ones in. One of the things I'm doing is I'm securing it with tomato clips. That way it can slide in and out as it swells and contracts with temperature, whether it's cold or the heat. It can slide, so I'm going to do one row at a time. But before I make this change and show you, I have done this before. I did it last year before. You can see that this is dripping down in this particular fig, and what happens if you don't check it all the time is that a leaf can touch up against it like this, and what that does is it disrupts the flow from going downwards, and sometimes as it grows it'll toss it outside of the pot, and that is not good at all. So if I don't stay on top of it, if I don't check it all the time, it can become an issue. Dang if I didn't find another one. I'm not even looking for them. Look at this. It's coming down and over, hitting the leaf and going out of the pot. And these changes are almost every day. And so I have to redirect it like that. So yeah, I need to definitely make this change. This is the basic design. I've got the poly tubing here, and I cut it 11 inches because I want 10-inch drop. And I took the box cutter knife here and I went down into it here. I already pre-cut these. Just like that. And rocked it until it was the depth of the blade here, so I can get some consistency. See it there. And then what I did was I wrapped it around the tube. This is a section of the exact tube that's out the lazy garden here, and there's the drip hole for the hose. And so what I did was I drilled a hole underneath about right here, which was underneath the split, and then I wrapped it around and I stuck a zip tie through it, and I cinched it over the top so it created a grip, and that's pretty dang solid. So that's the concept of the new drip. The hole, once you put it on the hose, you can slide it over the hole and do some maneuvering, but it's in place really well. So as I'm going along here, I'm cleaning up. I'm removing the lower branches here, or the lower leaves, and I'm keeping it to roughly 2 main stems. In this case, this one and this one, and keep that fig on. I'm removing some of the lower leaves so I can get into it a little better. So that's the first thing I do. And I have a little collection 5-gallon container there. So this is what it used to look like coming down, and it was effective, just had to stay on top of it. And this is what it looks like now. %100% effective. I've got 5 on, and we're definitely making the transition over. This was the test, and there was 0 problems, so this is the way to go from now on. And the way it's coming down, I can see it. It's very rigid, no leaf, can divert it. It's just a good thing. So there we go. It's already warm, early in the morning, somewhat early in the morning, mid-morning. And that's what my figs look like right now. This is Brent, you guys. I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, sub, and comment. I like talking to you guys quite a bit. The back and forth makes my day. So until the next one,